because you were being your authentic self and you were projecting the most love possible to the world. For the ladies and the fellas, I know you remember being on the playground when you were a little girl or a little boy, right? Boys didn't matter to the ladies, and girls didn't matter to the guys. They had cooties, right? What happened to that little girl or little boy? Is he or she still around? And if not, where are they? So now on to the formula for fabulousness. This is the formula I derived based on my study of the world's most successful people and organizations. And I believe that in the same way that organizations have purposes, individuals should have purposes. In the same way that organizations have competitive advantages, we should know our strengths. In the same way that organizations have board of directors and they evaluate them every quarter, we should have personal board of directors who hold us accountable to our highest selves. Individuals are the unit of change in society, and in order to keep building successful organizations like OPB and the other fraternities and sororities in attendance, we have to first build ourselves. If I'm going to change the world, I need a world of change in me. So first and foremost, your principles. Omega Phi Beta is built on the principles of sisterhood, leadership, excellence, and guidance. So ask yourselves, what are your principles? What do I value? How do I measure success? Perhaps some of those are your principles. But know that OPB and your fraternity or sorority was created for you to shape, not to fit into. We each have our own dashboard for success, and OPB or whatever fraternity or sorority you're in can help you accelerate your journey if you openly share who you are and what you believe in. Number two, your passions. Omega Phi Beta is passionate about empowering women, serving the community, and providing rich sisterhood. What are you passionate about? What do you love doing and why? As discussed before, discovering and developing your passions is the key to success. Number three, your problems. Omega Phi Beta is committed to ending the problem of violence in all forms against women. This cause fuels the organization. So ask yourselves, what personal, social, business, or technological problem are you committed to solving? A company that isn't solving a problem won't be a company for long. And in the same way, an individual that isn't solving major problems in the world will not be able to capture any value. The value that you create in the world will be determined by the size of the problems you seek to solve. Number four, people. Omega Phi Beta is committed to serving women from various ancestries throughout the entire world. Who are you committed to serving? Is it women, youth, entrepreneurs? In the same way that the organization knows its target market, you have to know who you are motivated to serve. 5, your positioning. Omega Phi Beta strives to be an organization like no other, embracing all shades of women with a strong focus on education, professionalism, service, and diversity. What are you striving to be your best at? What will you be remembered for? What words will be inscribed on your statue? 6, your pioneers. In 1989, 7 women created Omega Phi Beta so that you could all have access to this amazing network of talented professionals. And 10 years ago, a group of women did that same thing here. Pioneers step off the existing map of possibility and create new avenues and new roads to new possibilities. So the question you should always ask yourself to see if you are living in alignment with the status quo or if you're really pushing the frontier is, am I keeping map makers in business? Am I keeping map makers in business? See, pioneers keep map makers in business by always pushing the frontier and changing the map. Therefore, map makers always have to make new maps. Pioneers don't have to be public figures. They can be people who you were close to, people that inspire you, professors, staff members on campus, parents. Before tonight, I got a chance to talk to some of OPB's leaders and ask them about their vision for the organization going forward. And the one thing that they all agreed on was having mentorship for sisters at different stages of their development. This means that you have the opportunity to be a pioneer for a fellow sister, and for the brothers in the room for a brother, so that they can learn from your experiences and follow your path. And that brings me to 7, your picture. The founders envisioned a sisterhood with an intimate network of mutual support serving as an outlet for positive self-expression and individual growth. What is your vision for your life? How do you see it manifesting personally and professionally? What 3 words will people remember when they think about your character? What 3 words will people remember when they think about your career? And finally, 8, your possibility. Omega Phi Beta has created the possibility of a home for women of all races and ethnicities that has become a place which they can go to discuss their obstacles, frustrations, passions, fears, struggles, and dreams. Therefore, if we all have a unique purpose, then we all have a unique contribution to make to the world. So with that unique contribution, what would your unique contribution to your fraternity or your sorority be? Instead of just claiming membership, how can you take an active role as a leader, even if there's no title associated with it? And on a larger scale, what would be possible in the world because of you that is impossible without you? All the 8 principles come together to help you clearly define your purpose. Your purpose is the highest form of motivation there is. It's like a GPS in your car, and it helps you find direction when the directions aren't clear. Your purpose transcends work and family while also including them, and it manifests every day as your highest contribution to the world. Purpose is not a destination, it's a way of life that you can choose to live in alignment with in each moment. So I know these are heavy questions, and I don't expect you to find all the answers right here, right now. But my goal tonight was to help you distinguish the difference between being average and being fabulous. The difference between working within the status quo and the difference between being worthy of a statue. With that said, it is now clear to me why there are so few statues honoring women. It's because women are always in motion. They are always moving. You don't stop. You can't be stopped. Your essence can't be captured. We men have tried to capture you in still images and magazines. We've tried to trap you into second-class roles and citizenship. We've tried to suppress the goddess within each of you, but we can't. You can't be put into a box, whether it's a cubicle, a corner office, a house, or a minivan. You're meant to be more than just soccer moms with the goal of having kids and a picket fence. You're meant to be leaders. And we don't need men in high heels leading this country's corporations or organizations. We need women who are comfortable being themselves, their highest selves, unashamed of who they are, what they believe, and how they lead. We need you, especially knowing that for the first time in U.S. history, women will become a majority in the workforce as male-dominated industries like construction start to crumble and predominantly female industries like healthcare and education start to grow. So now is your time to break free from the mold, to break free from the fabrication of society that society has told you, and to be fabulous. So think back to your quinceañera, if you have one, your high school prom, for the elders in the room, your wedding. Remember that day and all the preparation that it took to be fabulous, to look fabulous. Let's just pause for a minute and reminisce on that. Remember how beautiful you were. Remember how beautiful you felt. Remember how beautiful you are right now. That beauty is still yours today, at this very moment. But this time, you won't be waiting on a man to come take your hand, whether it be your father, your brother, or your lover. This time, if you're sitting next to a lady, I want you to grab your sister's hands. Grab your sister's hands and squeeze them. Feel the warmth. Feel the love. Look into their eyes. This is where your strength lies. It's within each of you and each other. So me and my brothers, we're here deep tonight. Me and my brothers, we have a lot of work to do on ourselves. Alright? So please do not wait on us. We've made a big enough mess of the world as it is. But know this, remember this, wherever you lead, we will follow. So go forth and be fabulous. Have a fabulous evening.